Rock up! Yeah!
Hey everybody, it's your boys,
Josh,
and Brandon.
welcome back.
No. This has always been Brandon and Josh.
Whatever, he wishes.
You know what? I'm kicking you out the band. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that?
Now hiring.
Yeah, you better. Not in a Trump economy, they're not.
Oh, girl, not, especially not a musician. We don't give a shit about arts. What is this?
No, not at all. But the Boulet brothers do care about art because drag is art and art is subjective. They are not here to judge your drag. They are judging it.
Judge you on your look to the challenge.
Oh, we know whose voice that is. But y'all don't need to know. But we're here for the.
I could make the other guy's voice. Thank you for coming. We are here in the Dragula today.
Do not do Dragmorta like that. Question to people out there. Did y'all actually know that their names were Dragmorta and Swanthula? Be honest. No, y'all didn't know. Y'all just was like the Boulet brothers, okay?
Swanthula.
Yeah! It's right. But let's go into this episode.
A+ for creativity.
Let's go into this episode. The opening segment this week, I was living for these like mommy dearest, soft, peachy with the gray hair looks in this opening montage. But
what was it? It was like a seance, right?
Like a cult ritual.
They're trying to have a ritual, yes, and so they're waiting on the last people to arrive, and they show up and it's like skinny cowboy that looks like they met at the Eagle one night when they did too many drugs and ended up there and are like, we produce a show, do you want to come be on?
Right, he was on that.
And then this heifer he shows up with, and then they're like 47-year-old son, and they're like, welcome, go play with the little girls and boys out back.
Yeah, that went nowhere.
That man looks like he has been beat up, he has seen life, and they picked him up off the side of underneath the 101 to give him an opportunity to get a screen credit.
I'm gonna have my drink because we didn't drink enough in that. We were bloodthirsty, so last week, but this week I'm gonna drink my drink this time.
Oh, tastes like heaven.
Sin and regret.
That's my weekend.
Your week, sin and regret of those cats.
Why do you think I'd be hitting up the church so hard? I got a lot of repentance to do.
For this episode, maybe people are repenting because we come back from last week where Miss St. Lucia has gone home and in walks Yovska! Yay! Unlike when Maxi Glamour came back, people are happy to see Yovska come back.
I was, again, terrified to see Yovska come back.
Don't do Yovska like that, okay? Yovska is feeling good. The girls, the competitors are happy to see her back. So she likes having a little bit of confidence, and I like that. Yeah. But then we get to the challenge. The Boulets have challenged the competitors to form.
That's such a long word to say. The girls, the competitors.
I'm trying because on Reddit, y'all are like, yes, Landon, yes, King. She. Okay, if you're gonna respect that Landon is a king, address he.
But isn't gender so fluid now? Would you be offended if I called you a he or a she?
You can call me he, she, or Regis and Kathy Lee.
Usually I just call you bitch. All right.
They are told that they need to form 2 rock band groups and compete, and they need to have some sort of ritual or something. I don't know. It wasn't really defined because I felt like the ritual part was included in the challenge, but only one group really went for it.
Well, the one they had the bloodletting ritual or whatever at the beginning, whatever they were supposed to be doing, where they're burning something in the candle, and then the second group was the needles in the face.
I think that was the same group. We'll get to that because they talk about that in the judging.
Perhaps.
But we saw this challenge last season. Last season we had Abhora in her group with, I remember, Kendra Onyx and James Majesty. Abhora was on the stilts and she had the curtain all around, but then we had Bitch Pudding's group who looked like Kiss, literally had the white paint, and they were a cohesive group, and that's what the Boulets like to see. So I was like, okay, we're gonna revisit this challenge. We're reusing a lot of the challenges.
Yeah. But you hated the song last time. Didn't they do the song twice? And it was like...
So the song was catchy for last season. I'll play it.
So what you gonna do? with your life? What you gonna do with your life? What you gonna do with your life now that you're gone and pissed it away?
That song was catchy for about 30 seconds, but it's like a 3.5-minute song that we heard twice and it was just like, okay, now that you pissed it away, like y'all pissing this episode away.
I feel like they're doing that with a lot of episodes with all this extra drama and shit.
Oh.
And talking.
Speaking of which, the drama this week, Miss Dahlia Black is at the center of it all.
Oh, they said it first. I knew she was when I saw her.
Yeah, she really is stirring the shit this season. Dahlia has told everyone, hey, if you got something to say it to me. Don't mumble, say it to me.
Yeah, and then her ass got called out. They said, well, what about you? Don't practice what you preach? All right.
Oh, yeah, Miss Hollow Eve called her out.
Everybody want courtesy, but they don't want to extend it. I don't get it.
What did you think about Miss Dahlia's response to Hollow when she got called out?
I mean, she did tell her she had her dirty tampons in the freezer. I'm like, if that didn't make everybody squeamish. I don't know. First of all, gay men watching this show, they're like terrified by vagina. B,
it's painted.
Right? There's something wrong with it if it bleeds for 5 days and doesn't die.
Oh, that old.
And C, if you put it in the freezer, girl, what is that? You got a snack bar, you got a little pudding pop, and then a wet tampon? Nah.
Yeah, I don't know what she's gonna do with those later. I kind of don't want to see what she's about to do that, but drag is our hardest objective. So. But then we also saw that apparently Dahlia was talking shit about her grandmama. And needed to go to Madeline and be like, Madeline, I wasn't saying all that and all it hurt me and all this. I just want you to know I respect you.
Oh, how annoying. Yes, let's move on to things that actually matter.
The competitors had to serve a rock look on their own and then compete. So let's talk about their rock looks. First on the runway was Hollow Eve. And Hollow Eve, I would say, was giving a demon rock punk warrior.
Yeah, I didn't get rock really out of her, although I did love like the big balls on the piece.
Oh, you love the big balls.
Oh yeah, but the face was like she had the prosthetic, like widened,
like
cheekbones going out, so it made it look like a monster. Cool, right? Like, but I don't know. For this challenge, I was just like, this isn't the challenge, but I thought it looked cool. I was like, I would like to dress up like that for Halloween.
Heel croc?
I'm gonna give her a croc for the first time.
What? Ooh, this bitch. No, heel. It was still a good. I'm never gonna take away from a good.
Well, you just told me
executed
twice you couldn't drag his subjective and his art, and that you had to judge it based on the challenge. So, all right, it's based on the
That's
challenge.
fine. That is your opinion. I'm not telling you to rescind the croc. I'm not telling you to take the croc to the zoo. Let it be free. But I'm saying I disagree, and I'm gonna give Hollow Eve a heel.
Golf clap.
Coming down next was Louisiana Purchase.
Oh, nay, Louisiana, coming out, girl. You looking better every week. Starting to like what I see.
The only reason why I'm not going to give that horse sound a Shady Rattlesnake because she was giving tribute and homage to another person with a horse face, Mr. D. Snyder of Twisted Sister. I saw the reference, I got it, and
yeah, the only difference is he is blonde, right?
yes, he's a blonde, but she was giving that light red head.
Yeah, it was very cool, and with the pulling her own chain
and the
pulling her leash.
Yeah, oh, she looked good.
That was a great concept too. Heel. All right, coming on down the runway was Yovska. Yovska always be doing some kind of clowny thing. I kind of like the big makeup of the clown mouth. I thought that was sort of horrifying.
Are you afraid of clowns?
I might be. I don't know.
Is that why we haven't gone to see It Chapter 2 yet?
I have been watching that American Horror Story cult.
Oh, how's that?
Oh, they got all kinds of clowns on there. They got what's his name, Wiggly or whatever the fuck he was from season 2 or 3 back.
Smiley?
Yeah, the one that's got the whole thing.
I'm gonna be honest, I stopped watching after Coven because everyone knows that was the best season. And my favorite was the Gimp from Murder House.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, Yovska would fit on there pretty well. I liked the look. I thought it was cool. Again, like Hollow, I didn't think it was rocker.
Okay.
It was like, yeah, it's almost like he has his bag of gimmicks, and whenever they give him a challenge, he's like, oh, I can't really do a rocker, but I can do an evil clown.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's not the point.
Yeah, I appreciate the attempt because last season we saw Erica Clash kind of try to figure out how to bring this anime world into the challenges.
Yeah.
And so I feel like when you are so die hard to that about yourself, you kind of trap yourself and it makes it hard to get in the challenge. So I have to give, even though I like the concept, I have to give Yasuka a crock. Coming down next was the team captain, Eva Destruction.
Yeah.
And she was giving like 80s glam. I thought she was paying tribute to like the 80s glam girls, like the groupies, like a girl in a White Snake video.
Yeah.
But she did it her way with like the colorful hair and she had her chest hair out. Ooh, so avant-garde. Chest hair.
Eva had this beaded. Is she the one that said she made the handmade jacket that
Yes.
said Destruction and it had all the pegs and spikes on it?
Yes.
That was like 80 pounds. Like, yeah, that looked cool. That fit perfect for the challenge. So that's a
Yeah.
great example of like using your resources and being like, okay, I have this amazing jacket that I made. I don't know if she made it for the show or for this challenge, but
I mean, I would just keep that. I would make that jacket and just keep
right,
it all the
it was
time.
badass.
That was
And
badass.
so I give her a heel for that.
Heel, Eva.
Okay, next down was my girl Maxi Glamour. Call me baby.
She might call you soon because if she keeps putting looks like this, she's gonna be at home.
I don't think she's put one good look down the runway that like matches the challenge and is like creative and unique and she didn't get the point when they're like, we want you to come on this show. It's all about drag, horror, filth, glamour. She's like, I don't know any of those things, but I'm gonna come on the show.
For someone named Maxi Glamour, she has yet to give me any glamour. This look, she had her signature blue face. I'll give her that. Let's sip our blue drinks in honor.
Smells like Smurf jizz.
That don't I know it? I've met Papa Smurf.
La 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 la.
But Maxi, it was a good look for the wrong challenge. So I have to give it a crock. Good look, bitch.
Good look. Ooh, I got something in my eye. That's a crock right there. Crock of something. Ooh. I can't see. I've been blinded. Maxie, I'm gonna give you a partial heel today. Only because I gave you too many crocs before.
Oh no, we don't do that here. We don't do maybes, we don't do newts, we don't do halves, we don't. It's
halves.
either crocs or heels, highest heels, lowest boots.
All
or
right.
flats.
You crocked. Sorry, I tried.
Bye.
You was cheap as a pair of discount crocs on the back wall at Walmart.
Shade. Next on the runway, we had our drag king extraordinaire, Mr. Landon Simon.
Yeah, baby, come swinging.
Ooh, yes, and I tell you, when Landon hit that stage, I damn near lost my mind. He could get these cookies all day like Mrs. Field and Betty Crocker.
Girl, I'm not sure what you're gonna do with them cookies. You ain't gonna find what you're looking for.
He will be putting a round peg in a square hole all night long. There was the other way around. Anyway, Landon looked good. What'd you think?
Yeah, good look. Landon always turns it out, man. Landon is a creative individual, and I love that.
A true individual and an artiste. Shout out to Sharon Osbourne in that season of America's Got Talent.
Okay, and The Rock, look, all right. I see it all tying together.
Yeah.
Landon, heel.
For me,
Cowboy boot.
highest boot. Once again, highest because he had that flaming guitar, was giving me Dave Navarro, giving me everyone I needed. Highest boot.
All right, then we have coming down the drama queen with the mostest, Dahlia Black.
Yes, Dahlia Black. And Miss Dahlia, heel. I mean, the look is always going to be a heel.
I wouldn't say that. We just haven't seen her turn out anything rough yet.
Okay, well, I mean...
It is all by comparison, too. This is where
That's
drag
true.
is subjective, and drag has money involved in it. And you could tell people from, like, Maxi Glamour, who's, like, very poor and doesn't have the resources to pour into it, to Dolly Black, who's been doing it for a long time, and is part of a legacy of other queens, where you traditionally will shit down. You're like, okay, well, I made this back in 1994, and I haven't worn it for 10 years, so you can have this, and you accumulate more shit. Heel.
Yeah. But I will caution, because that line, the only reason why I'm giving it a heel and not a crock, because it was more Mad Max than anything. But the only reason why I'm giving it a heel is because in Mad Max Fury Road, they paired in that rock element because you had the people in the front of the cars playing guitars, you had sound-based weapons.
Yeah.
It was like a rock music video in itself. So I appreciate that part of the reference. So heel.
Nice.
Then we had Dahlia's grandmother, Miss Madeline Hatter.
Madeline looked cool. I liked her look. It was very rock, without being, what's the word, like, obvious.
Okay, yeah.
So, like,
yeah.
some of these
Like on
other
the
ones,
nose.
like, you could see Louisiana Purchase. You had a definite person to link that to right away.
Yeah.
And a lot of these was like, okay, that's a tribute to X, Y, or Z. She was like, oh, that's a very cool rock look, but it's very vague. So to me, that made it feel like it was her own. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. She definitely was unique, but she still had her reference points. That was Pete Burns. That was Pete Burns. Come on. That was a little Pete Burns, little cat suit, sparkles, little straps, big hair.
I've been a
I
good
see
boy in
it.
my life. I never knew anything about a Pete burning.
I've
But
seen
clearly
some of
this
the,
one knows.
seen some of the boys you had before me. Your Pete should be burning.
I had to bleach it and boil it.
But heel, definitely a heel for Miss Madeline.
Yeah. Last down their own way. Priscilla Chambers.
Miss Priscilla Chambers of Asheville, who, interesting, and doing my research for the last episode, is a trans person. And I actually like the fact that they're not highlighting that at all, because Priscilla's probably like, this is just who I am now, and let's not make a huge deal of it. But Priscilla is the first trans contestant on the show.
And wonder how long until that comes out on the show. But that's great because, look, RuPaul has been criticized for the same shit, the same type of girl, the same this and that.
And not wanting trans
Not
women
wanting
on the
trans.
show.
All of a sudden, now we have a trans, unbeknownst to us, a drag king, a bio queen, and who knows what else is going to crawl out. Dahlia, meth head. I mean, we're equal opportunity
Can
employers.
you get a new? Okay, this is the third episode. Can we get a new term for Dahlia?
No, that's my running gag.
Running gag, y'all run with it.
And I don't gag very often, so I got to take it when I can get it.
What do we think about Priscilla's look?
This is another big hair 80s montage for glam. Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, I'll also give it a heel because it was also Dee Snyder, Twisted Sister.
We had a lot of heels this week.
I've given out my highest. You haven't.
It's a good question. I don't know who my highest goes to.
It's what we do here. It's what we have decided our job is.
In retrospect, looking back at all of them, I think for the first time, I may have to agree with Brandon that out of all the looks, that Landon's was the most creative and artistic.
Hold on, play the tape. What do you call the Mexican cowboy? Vaqueros?
Vaquero!
Highest vaquero boo.
Yeah. All right, baby, you're getting dos botas de vaquero.
So what do you mean for the first time? We agreed that Landon was the highest heel last time.
I blame this on you.
Well, please keep doing. I love the play the tape moments. I love them.
I hate the show.
Welcome to Dragula's Monsters of Rock show. We're asking you to transform yourselves into rock stars.
First group we had was SLAG, which was Eva Destruction, Maxi Glamour. We had Dahlia Black on that team.
Trying to play the drums, which was a riot.
Yeah.
Bitch.
And who else? Who were we missing on that team?
Hollow. No.
No. Because the other team is Coven, which is Madeline Hatter, Landon Simon, Yovska, Louisiana Purchase, and
Priscilla then was on the first team.
yeah, Priscilla's in SLAG, and now I've left off the last.
Priscilla, Dahlia,
Eva, and Maxi are
Maxi,
SLAG.
yeah.
Coven is Madeline.
everybody else.
Everybody. You heard them. Everybody else.
Everybody.
And so, as we complained about how they did the performance last year, this year they smartly just showed little clips of each team doing their performance to the same songs when we heard it once, which I appreciate. Both teams start out strong in their performance. Well, not fully strong in one team, but both teams are really giving it. And then the face, literally the face crack of the century.
Oof, the face crack. It's just so interesting that this bitch comes with such a big personality and is like, I'm here and I'm gonna win it and I can do this and that. And then, but I know so many like her, women, straight women, and it's like this is the moment for me where this big personality of being a woman comes in, and it's like I wasn't ready for that shit. You'll never see that with a gay man. So it's like.
Okay, I'm gonna have to disagree on that. I know some of those too, and we used to sing in that chorus with some of them.
Nope. I don't know. That was such a shock and surprise that it's like.
So to say what happened at some point during Madeline's group, the Coven's group, that Hollow was going to remove, Madeline's supposed to remove spinal tap needles from Hollow's face. Apparently, in the performance, Madeline took them out too early for the cue, and it threw Hollow off, and she just walked off stage, ending the performance. And she threw this fit, and she's like, I'm having a moment. I'm not going to put dirty needles back in my face. That was the wrong time. And I'm like,
well, girl, why'd you stop? Then you wouldn't have had that fucking shit, would you?
no one, my band director always
would've
told us, no one knows you made a mistake unless you show it. So she would have just kept going. Her team could have been the top because it still would have looked cool. It was still edgy. It still could have been something.
Yep.
But she shut it all down, and then they all knew.
Yep, that was it. But Slag came together. We had all this drama between this group at the beginning of the episode, and they had, I don't know if it was Dahlia's tits, but they all had the same tit and the same look with the harnesses.
Yes,
under boob.
They were cohesive in
And
their
they got
looks.
a toot for that from the judges, which was nice.
Yes.
And yeah, it's nice to see drama can be overcome by art.
Yeah. And speaking of the judges, our judges this week are drag theater icon and legend, Peaches Christ.
You do bad drag.
Yes.
Love Peaches, love her
They
productions.
made a reference. Did you notice they made a reference about, oh, you don't have to come out to the woods finally? They must have been shooting in the woods before Peaches came.
Peaches was in that Scream Queens from season 2. Our favorite episode where Disasterine was like, oh yeah, my pussy is on my... And she was that crazy bitch in the cabin.
In the kitchen, yeah.
Yeah, so Peaches was there for that. And our other judge was activist, musician, writer, everything, straight ally, Henry Raleigh.
Dug it. I got it. It made me nervous.
Yes, I see him. I'm like, Sons of Anarchy here. he
Yes.
goes. Speaking of, was filmed right here in Sunland, Tahunga, where we're filming this.
This might have been one of the houses. I don't know. Somebody got shot
And
here.
across the street.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the houses, yeah.
Yeah. But he was there. He's been a guest on Drag Race before, so he knows it. He gets it. And I thought that they were great judges. I thought they gave good feedback and good comments for everyone.
And they both had a lot to say. Usually, sometimes judges that just want to be there, just want to watch the show, and then they're like, yeah, that's great. Oh,
Yeah.
I like your dress. It's like, come on. All right, well, let's go on. Here we go. Brandon and Josh's tops and bottoms, bottoms and tops, versus not included.
You know, I'm starting to get into that little jingle. Let's actually sit down and record it sometime. Is this rock? Is this rock? Now they know you don't have on rock boots, bitch.
Girl.
I think you know who we felt are our tops. I had Landon. Definitely. If it was individual, I would have liked Landon to have won again, but Landon was definitely up there.
I'm throwing Priscilla out there as a top of the week.
Oh, now she knows her. Now she knows Priscilla.
Well, I always knew Priscilla. I mean, she was the butt of most of my jokes, so I had to know Priscilla. But now she's really stepping up into this competition.
Okay, Priscilla. Who were your bottoms this week?
Good question. Hollow's look was probably a bottom, even though it was very cool.
Her look?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the fact that she, that's, we said the prosthetic thing was not part of the challenge, so that was already a crock.
Yeah.
And then she walk off stage and leave her bandmates. Yeah, that's about it.
Fair enough.
Dahlia was boring, I thought. Like, Dahlia looked good in her runway, but like by the time they did the challenge with the rock stars, it was just like she was behind the drums with not being able to keep a beat and just like fading into the background. They're like, if this bitch doesn't know how to count to 4, let's just not focus on her in the shots.
Oh.
And so she just disappeared into the back, and like we never even saw her in this. So.
You don't need me. I'm just gonna keep sipping.
Also, you agree?
That's tea. I wouldn't have put her there, but now you say that, yeah, I would have said that. Yeah, that's fair enough. The judges award Team Slag the win, and Eva Destruction is the winner of the week.
Which I was like, okay, I get it. First of all, there's only 4 of them, so the others fucked up, so there was 5 of them out.
Yeah.
And out of the 4 of them, maybe Eva was the best. I don't know. Her makeup looked hit. I was like...
Well, also, she was the team captain, and usually there's a mini challenge to decide the team captains, but the Boulet brothers were just like, Eva, you're going to lead this team.
Eeny,
and
meeny, miny, mo. I think it's going to be even this week.
So, and this is where I have to cry a little shenanigans. I think they got one of the producers from Drag Race to come over because there was some shenaniganery happening. So far, we've only seen a bottom 2. Mm-hmm. For no reason at all, it's now a bottom 3 with Yovska, Hollow, and Madeline. Madeline should have been there as the team captain and didn't rehearse her team. Yeah. Fair. Hollow walked off. Fair. Yovska didn't do shit. I felt so bad.
honestly, at the end of this episode, and looking back on it and doing this review, I'm like, I would have been perfectly content if Madeline went home.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's also tea.
she's been in the game this long and is not impressing. She falls in the middle. I mean, she's not bad, but it's like, I was much more drawn to that creature of Yovska to see what
was going to happen.
But then again, in 3 episodes, Yovska keeps turning out the same shit and doing the same black nail polish on the teeth and clown look / face kini look.
I think that's why they switched the game up, because they were like, we're just going to this is going to be Erica again. Erica Clash was in the bottom 4 times because she kept doing that, and they're like, we can't get through to you. And so they were like, okay, put Yovska in the bottom.
Yeah.
And this extermination challenge was the tattoo challenge.
Yeah.
And so this time the girls got to pick for each other.
Each other's. And they were all related to Dragula.
Yes. Yeah, we had a James Majesty, Vander, and a Bitch Puddin' tattoo. And so we always wonder how do they judge this. I think they were judging this on the fact that when Yovska was getting her tattoo, she was crying and she was like defeated, while the other Madeline was like, no, fuck them, I deserve to be here. And Hala was like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to stay. And they were at least giving me some sort of fire.
Yovska is just putting way too much thought into this. There was no. Obviously, they knew Yovska was gonna go home. That's why they did a bottom 3. They gotta send Yovska home. You can't judge on either you did it or you didn't do it. Did you go through with it? Yes, I did. I got it to show for the rest of my life. Or no, I didn't because I got scared of needles.
Tell that shit to Sugar Cane, because they did all sorts of flips and tricks to put her ass in the bottom and send her home. Oh Lord.
I think they just didn't like that fake tan of Sugar's. That's what sent her home.
And this death scene from Yovska.
Oh yeah, very cool. Like it was. I love how they're relating the death scenes now to the challenge, and broke off the neck of a guitar and stabbed it through the crown of his head. I was like, very cool. Good job, Boulets.
Yeah, so I'm excited for this season. I'm excited to see it.
I'm glad you're excited for this season because we knee deep in it now. It's about time you got excited for this season.
All right. Well, that being said, on to episode 4, and we'll see you guys later.
Bicycle.